I finally found the print-on-demand company that changes everything. About a month ago, I made a video about Print Tailor, about their quality and about how unbelievably cheap they were. But the most common complaint was their lack of products and their expensive shipping. Well, after making that video, I was getting contacted left, right and center by other print-on-demand companies. 99% of them were pretty rubbish, but a few caught my eye. One in particular that I had never heard of before messaged me and asked me if I would make a video about them. They promised even cheaper prices and a mammoth catalog. Now, does that even sound believable? Obviously, these kind of claims piqued my interest, so I dug a little deeper.
What are you doing? Digging. Why? Make a hole. A hole for what? More digging.
Long story short, they looked pretty awesome, so I said, yes, I will make a video about you guys. This video is going to be an extensive review of the company Hugepod. We are going to be looking at their website, the ease of use, the quality of material, the quality of the print, the shipping, the production process, and of course, the price. And finally determine if it's worth your time. Firstly, I want to just say thank you to Hugepod for sponsoring this video. I hope they know how harsh of a critic I am when it comes to print-on-demand companies. So, who is Hugepod? Well, they are a print-on-demand company. They have their own garment factories with 48 production workshops in Vietnam and China. Hugepod owns the entire production process, so it's cool to see it's all in-house. They also have 4 in-house fulfillment centers worldwide. They are trusted by some of the biggest name brands like Next, Boohoo, and a few others. I've personally shopped at Next and they've been fixated with high quality products. So it's pretty cool to see where they're getting some of their stuff from. The process is simple. Sign up and link to your store, Shopify or WooCommerce or one of the others that they offer. Create custom products, publish those products to your store, set the shipping rate, and finally sell those products. This is their website. Once making an account, it will look like this. You have orders, product pool, and stores. First things first, let's make an order so we have something to review. And I'm gonna make a big order. Right, we have now made an order. Whoa, that was really fast. Okay, I am gonna talk about shipping soon, but oh, I'm coming. One second. Whew. That's a lot of stuff. Okay, so the thing about shipping. This obviously came from China, so shipping took a bit longer than usual. It's very similar to drop shipping in the sense that when you have drop shipping product, when you drop ship products with like Oberlo and Shopify and all that kind of stuff and customers buy them, they're expecting shipping times of 15 to 20 days, give or take. And those are the kind of times you're going to see with these kind of orders. Right, so we have a few different designs here. We have t-shirts with this kind of design. We have this kind of design with hoodies, all over prints, joggers. There's a lot of stuff really. So let's have a look at it all. All right, we're now up to a really important part of this video, the quality test. So these are the different items and designs. We're gonna start, we've got sweaters, we've got joggers, we've got super thick sweaters, t-shirts, hoodies, and all over prints. All right, to start with, we're gonna look at the sweater, the material quality. This one is a much thinner, more wearable one, I think, because you're not gonna get as hot wearing it. The material in terms of the sewing is pretty good. I mean, I don't see any issues anywhere. The stitching is really, really nice, right? The only thing about it that you have to bear in mind is it is that thinner material. It's not that super thick, fluffy material. So that's that. You've then got this sweater. Now this is heavy and thick and warm, and I would probably wear this on a really cold day. So inside it's much fluffier, but what you can tell the difference is the weight. It's much, much heavier. And to me, that just means it's going to be really, really warm. So that's the two sweaters. You then got the t-shirts. Now t-shirts are quite bog standard. They're very, very nice. The stitching is pretty good. They're nice and, you know, they look comfortable to wear. They don't look scratchy. They don't look, you know, blocky. They look actually really, really nice and soft. And that's what I like in a t-shirt. We've got the hoodie. Okay, this is a heavy, heavy hoodie. Thick, really thick, heavy hoodie. It's again, it's the same as the thick white sweater here. So it's warm and thick inside. We have the all over print. Now the all over print is different to everything. The inside is that really, really thin, very, very thin material, even thinner than the first sweater. And it's kind of like got this shiny, can you see it? It's got like a shiny effect, and it's like a silky feel.
Like sports material.
Yeah, it feels a bit like a sports material, but it's like a kind of like a silky lightweight. It's very, very lightweight. And lastly, all right, we've got the joggers. Now, I picked this item because I think it's a great item for you to start selling. I don't see anyone selling joggers, so I thought we could be a bit different here. In terms of quality, they're very, very thick. They're similar to the heavyweight jumper. I think it's a pair, actually. They're quite nice, all right? Good quality here. You've got a good quality here. The waistband's really nice. I do have other joggers as well, and the design will be over here. There's a little one over there. They're all over the place. Right, so those are all the items. Now let's talk about the quality. And I've done something interesting with this company, and as you can see here, I've actually put a custom label inside. Now I know it just says Shimmy Morris, but this is cool because you can actually put your own company logo in there, so it feels like they're getting, you know, you're building your brand at the same time. Let's start with this white one because they're all a bit different. It looks like it's on the t-shirt. It hasn't like been slapped on. It looks like it's like in the t-shirt. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's pretty good. It's very, very soft. You don't feel a difference over here to over here. It's just one solid feeling. Right, so I don't know what that printing process is, but it's like, can you see it's like part of the t-shirt? Does that make sense? As if it's like been stitched in, but it hasn't. Okay, so that's that one. I actually kind of like this because you just don't feel there's no scratchiness. It's all just part of the t-shirt there. Whereas this one here, this one's been a bit more slapped on like classic print on demand. So you can actually feel, you know, that this is on the actual sweater. Now you can see the difference here. This is shinier. It looks like it's a bit more in focus actually, right? The colors are bolder, and that's probably because of the way it's been put on. Now I'm not quite sure which one I actually prefer because I love the softness of this, but I love the boldness and the contrast of this. But either way, I mean, both have the good design. It's not like uncomfortable or scratchy or anything like that. So, and when you pull it, right, the design is not really stretching or breaking. So I think that's really good. We then also have the super thick sweater. The super thick sweater actually is the same as that t-shirt. It looks like it's been put in. It hasn't been slapped on. The quality is insane. It's really, really good. It just looks like it's woven in as part of, you know, the sweater. So I really, really like that. Again, it won't stretch. So we're going to see how this holds up in the wash. Now, this is another t-shirt similar to the first one. This is meant to be more of a grungy look, so it's meant to look scratched and scathed, and that's the idea of it. This is still up there with some of the best print-on-demand quality I've seen. We just have to see if it survives the wash test. Finally, the prints on this. So because this is an interesting silky feel, I don't actually know how they've done the print, but it looks really good. It looks like it's, again, part of the actual stitching to make the t-shirt. It doesn't look like it's been printed on. I don't actually know how they do that. That's a really, really cool process, because to me, it makes it look so much better. Like it's all part of it. If you have a look at it, it just looks like it's actually part of it. It doesn't look like someone has uncomfortably slapped it on and it looks like out of place. It just looks like it's blended in nicely to the actual garment, which I think is quite nice. Okay, we're now gonna wash a whole bunch of these, well, all of these for that matter. So let's go and have a look. Okay, so I've got darks and I've got whites, so I'm gonna do two separate washes. Now you can put them inside out to make it even safer, but we wanna do a full-on test. I really wanna test this company out. So we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna do it normally. We're gonna put it on mixed fabrics, temperature 30 and 51 minutes. Ready to go.
1 hour later.
Okay, the wash is now done. I'm going to stuff this all in the dryer and then we're going to have a look at it. But just to get an idea, I mean, it looks okay. Just from looking at it, it looks okay. But now usually I wouldn't put this kind of stuff in the dryer. I would always hang it up. But either way, I wanted to put all of it in the dryer because that's like a real test for whether or not the design will withstand both washing machine and dryer. So I'm gonna go fill this up and turn this on.
75 years later.
All right, the stuff is now done. It's literally been all day of washing and drying. Now that everything's been washed, we need to discuss the print and see if it lasted and if it's actually any good. So starting with the all over print, I don't see any difference actually. I mean, you'll see close-ups here, but I don't actually see any difference with the print before or after the wash. And these weren't just like easy washes. It's been in the wash all day. There's one, let me just take them all out. This is the design. It's actually the same as the one I'm wearing underneath. That was like a magic trick. But anyways, this is the design, and from what I can see, the wash actually hasn't done anything to it. I mean, it's cleaned it, obviously, but it hasn't faded it. It hasn't, you know, made any cracks. It still feels soft. It still feels nice. And this is the one that has the custom label inside, which, by the way, also came out really nice after a wash and a dry. And I don't recommend drying just because it's nice to have these things hang up normally because you never know if it could shrink. This, from the looks of it, did not shrink, which is good. Anyway, I'm very happy with that, especially for the price, which we haven't yet talked about. This was the next one. This is on the super thick, heavy sweater, and this is of the Porsche. And again, I mean, it just looks absolutely perfect. It looks exactly the same as before. It doesn't even look like it's been washed. It doesn't stretch. I mean, it's absolutely perfect. Now, this was the grunge keyboard upload design. So I was nervous about this one the most because I thought maybe depending on how they do it, would individual keys start like coming off, but literally nothing. I mean, these things here, that's the grunge effect. So that's what it's meant to look like. But I mean, it just looks so good. It looks really, really good. I am so flipping impressed. Whenever a print-on-demand company can withstand multiple washes, multiple dries, and last, well, I mean, I've done videos on it and so many can't. So when they can, I'm really, really impressed. These were the joggers. Now the joggers, I had the design over there, and again, nothing. Like, absolutely, it's just, I did wash it, I promise, even though it looks like I didn't. It's really, really impressive. And the colours are very vibrant, they're very bold. The contrast is good here. I don't see it coming off after many, many washes. Alright, so high quality usually comes with a high price tag. This t-shirt is $4.33. That is absolutely insane. In my mind, the price of this t-shirt is just ludicrously cheap. Now, that $4.33 is when you just want a design over here. If you want a design over here as well, it's an extra $2.99. And if you want your company name on the inside, then it's an extra $1.99. Hoodie base price. And this is $11.78 for a hoodie. $11.78. What I'm liking about this is companies are getting cheaper and cheaper, and everyone else is looking and they're getting cheaper and cheaper. And it's brilliant for us as sellers because we're just going to be able to end up with the best possible prices. These joggers came in at $13.50. Now, that sounds a lot, but it's actually not a lot, and you'll see when I compare it to the price of other companies. Well, the sweaters came in at $9.33. For the all over print, well, I have to say they have a lot of different types. So this one was $17.19, but they have another one that's $14.92. So when you have a look at their website and you browse their product catalog, you'll be able to see everything they have and all the price they have. Now, those are the prices of Hugepod. Let's compare them to the prices of Printful so we can really see if they're that good. So with Printful, well, the Printful t-shirt is $8.98. The Printful hoodie is $21.42. A Printful sweater is $18.03. The Printful joggers is $22.50. And the all over sweater for Printful was $33.85. there's just a huge difference there. It's not even comparable. And Printful is usually the go-to place when it comes to print on demand. But it's nice to know that we now have other options out there which are much cheaper, where they still have huge product libraries for us to choose from. Now, the Printful product library is still a bit bigger, and of course their shipping is still a bit faster, but the Hugepod library does seem to be growing every single month. And the fact that they have this many this quick, it won't surprise me if they overtake Printful very soon. All in all, for the price, the garment quality and the printing quality, I'm actually quite happy with this company. So my advice would be this. Go to the Hugepod website and order a couple of samples. Try out a t-shirt, a hoodie, a sweater, a jumper dress, whatever you want to try and sell. And that way you can see for yourself the quality, the material quality, the print quality, and everything for that matter. And as well as that, you can use those items for model pictures for your website. It's not very expensive, and it will be a really cool insight for you to be able to see how good these really are. And finally, if there are any other companies you want me to review like this in serious detail, where I order their stuff, I test it out and all of that, then let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching.